Make a U-turn.
Oh
no, you're not doing this.
Just doing it. Just do it. Oh, look at that. Yeah.
No, you say you like that. I don't like that.
I do.
We just made a left from the slow lane.
I would have done it too.
So I'm here with my good friend Fabio, co-owner of the Columbia Inn in Montville, New Jersey. Some of the best thin crust pizza in the state, or actually anywhere, to be honest with you. You may have already seen a video. We did a video of the Tesla Cybertruck with the pizza oven set up in the back. That video posted just a couple days ago. I'll put a link to it in the description of this video. But now, after we've eaten, we've cooked some pizza, full tummy here today, we're gonna hop in the green wrap Cybertruck. He has two Cybertrucks here that both are outfitted with pizza ovens where they do off-site events. What we're going to do now is an FSD demonstration. I've done a lot of FSD driving with Tesla vehicles, never with the Tesla Cybertruck. And the Cybertruck just got FSD a couple weeks ago.
Yep.
So we're going to hop in the Cybertruck, and I want to see just how good it is. Fabio's been raving to me about how good the latest version of FSD is. And you know, I've been a little underwhelmed in the past with some of the earlier versions, I'll be honest with you. So while they was able to perform a lot of tasks well, there were certain tasks that I would feel very unsafe in the car. And so I was always kind of like, I still think they're a distance away from being ready. But you're telling me now it's pretty darn good.
It's pretty much there.
All right, well,
yep.
You got to show me.
Let's go.
We're going to hop in the Cybertruck now. We're going to go for a nice long drive, highway, and also some city driving. We're going to do some roundabouts and some areas where it's not the easiest for the vehicle to maneuver. We'll see how well it goes.
Sure.
Let's get in.
Okay.
Hello, everyone. Let me just take 1 minute to thank the 100,000 people that subscribe to this channel. I just hit 100,000 subscribers a couple of days ago, and I have to tell you, I am honored and humbled that 100,000 people have subscribed to this channel. I've only been producing videos here for about 4 years, so I've been able to hit that 100,000 sub plateau in a relatively short period, and I couldn't have done it without all the amazing followers. I love the comments. I love the interaction we have here on State of Charge. And you guys are what inspire me to keep doing this. I'm hoping to just continue making electric vehicle content, helping people understand the industry, helping people understand how to charge, learning about new electric vehicles, and all that good stuff. Okay, we'll get back to the video now, but this is the first video I'm posting since I hit 100,000, and I just wanted to take a minute to thank everyone. All right, so we're in the Cybertruck with FSD. Where are we going?
Let's go to King's Supermarket, which is here in Boonton, New Jersey. We're going to go up Main Street, which is a very narrow, tricky street. And then we changed the destination to Morristown because Morristown has some roundabouts, and that's always tricky.
Yeah, definitely. And Morristown's a very busy, kind of like city type environment. So, all right, let's roll.
Okay. From the parking lot.
From the parking lot. All right, we're not even on a road.
Yep. And I don't think I'm going to touch it. We'll see.
I don't know. Is it going to back up?
Let me see how far away. No, it's not backing up.
Okay. We didn't hit the flowers. We're close.
We're close, but I did disengage there. It's close. You see, she would have made it. Now that I'm looking at the camera.
Yeah, and it was also, that wasn't on a public road. That's in a private parking lot. But still, that we had to do one intervention. I'm going to count. Yep. It's got the right blinker on.
Oh, this is what I call, and I do it all the time, pile of inducted error. I forgot to put the address. Drive to King's Supermarket, Boonton, New Jersey.
But if we didn't have an address, where's it taking us?
It will just drive. It will just drive and drive and drive.
Really? Without it, yeah. It'll just go when you put it in drive?
And go and go. Yeah.
All right, so we got a right-hand turn here.
Turning around.
Going on Cook's Farm Road. Okay, oh yeah, I see we've got to make like a turnaround because it went the wrong way.
Yeah. I thought I put the address, but we've been talking and, you know.
Maybe that's why it had a little bit of a difficulty in the parking lot. I didn't know which way you wanted to go.
Yes, correct. So, yeah, that disengagement, it was...
So
pilot inductor error.
I didn't know this. So if you just put it on and put it in drive, it'll start driving without a destination?
Yeah, you can engage. Yeah,
oh, wow.
Destination. But this thing is great
cool.
in the highway, and the highway performs unbelievable.
We've got a stop sign here. Now, little bit of a harsh stop. We've got a stop sign here. Now, little bit of a harsh stop. I wonder if the extra weight of the pizza oven you have in the back and the equipment like throws off its like stopping distance. Like it might have. Here's another stop sign. Let's see how good it does here, because it overshot that one by a couple feet. This was much better and natural. That's one of the things I'm really curious to see. While some of the other vehicles I drove with FSD were able to do tasks, Fabio, they seemed robotic tasks. And for me, for this to be really good, it has to feel like a human's driving it almost. And that last stop sign and this turn was perfect, like human to me.
You're gonna see a lot of human likes on this version of FSD. And I was just talking to my friend, and when you jump on an Uber and you trying to do some work on the computer, and that Uber driver is just jerking you around, I don't like it. And then a lot of friends also said, I'm not ready for, I like to have control. I like to drive. No.
And this
you
is
want a professional chauffeur like this.
This is a sharp left turn here, because the street comes down on an angle and we have to go really sharp.
And
there's cars parked there. It didn't go outside of the lane. Good.
This is the visualization of the truck, and you can do as a 360. See?
Nice. And it shows you the vehicles parked and stuff. Can you bring up that the screen also on the top?
That's the
yeah, I'd like to have both for the video. So okay, so now we're going down
rear view mirror.
No, I think that's good for us to be able to view both. Wow. And it's mapped out all the cars in the parking lots and everything. Some of the previous versions I had that I drove in didn't do that. Admittedly, I haven't been in FSD in a while. More than a year and a half, I think, where I've done a video or actually participated. Now here somebody just turned left, kind of, in front of us, not, he kind of jumped out while we were getting close.
Tom, with the previous version, we already have to touch the steering wheel. Here, you don't need to touch as long as you're paying attention, you're looking forward, it's fine. It doesn't allow you to text. Although it's giving you like 30 seconds to look at your phone and text, and then
something
she will
quick.
give you a warning. Before it was only like 10 seconds. So they extend that, and I can't wait till they just let you text.
Yeah, but it's got to be completely ready in order to do that, Fabio. Okay, so now we just jumped over to the left lane because we're going straight. It knows that the right lane is right turn only. That's good. Yeah, that's the thing to me, and I've said this in a lot of my videos, that I want to be able to get in the car and just not pay attention at all. Until it's that level. While I would love to play around with it like we're doing here today, I wouldn't use it too daily personally, because I think I would get lazy. I think I would be like, well, it does so good, and then I would find myself maybe getting in trouble because I'm not paying attention as much as I should. Whereas I can't wait for the day that we can just hop in this vehicle and just say, take me here and be done with it.
Well, I'm so glad that you just said that, because it reminded me of last Saturday. I went to Vernon. A friend was playing, he plays in a band, he plays the guitar, so they were playing up in Vernon at the Brick and Brew restaurant, and I left there around 11. Now, that's very late for me, because I usually go to bed around 9. I get up at 4:30 every day, just naturally. So at 11, I was tired, and up 23 North is a very windy road, and I was so sleepy. I was so sleepy to the point that if I was on a regular vehicle, I would have stopped and take a nap. But in this vehicle, I was not. And then she was just telling me every time I was like, and she was, I think if I was engaged driving, I wouldn't be that sleepy. I drove down the window, nothing. Look, this is not turn on red, but she knows. And in New York City, she doesn't turn on red. This is the street that I'm talking about. It is a little narrow because you have car parked on both sides.
Yeah. Well, let me correct one thing. You just said that's no turn on red, but we turned on red.
No, I mean
it is allowed.
It's allowed.
Yeah,
That's
okay,
what I meant to say. Yeah.
Yeah, this is a, you know.
The other day, an 18-wheeler was coming down this street, and it was tight, and she just followed the mirrors and went for it.
Yeah.
And I feel much.
And you said it automatically folds in the windows if it's really tight.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
The mirrors.
Oof. Yeah. We were close there. There was a Bronco parked on the side, and we cleared it, but it was close. This is a tight street here.
It's tight, yeah.
And there's a truck parked up right ahead of us, a deli meats truck. So I don't know. Yeah, we'll fit in the lane. Let's see. It's funny. People still stare and take pictures. Someone was just taking pictures of us, even though these have been out for a little while. Now this one here, let's see how it does this truck. Okay,
I'm going to change the destination now.
Yeah.
Drive to Morristown. Hopefully it takes it before the light. Take it before the light. Take it now. Take it. Didn't took it. Oh, I forgot to hit this. See, so there's a lot of pilot inductor errors that I found. Oh, she's going this way. This way is tricky too, because this is a tight street over here.
This is a tight street. Oh, what a tight turn.
Oh, good.
Left turn. It actually did that really well and smoothly, and that was tight. I would have gone slower, me personally, you know, not knowing the street. That was a good turn there. That's one of the things that I'm impressed with so far. That was a tough, tight turn, and it made it with confidence.
You see this green light there?
Yeah.
That green light appears when you're not wearing glasses, and you don't have to touch it. If you wear glasses, that little green light disappears, and then it will ask you to touch the. Unfortunately, I don't have glasses in this truck because I mostly drive the other truck.
Yeah.
But that's one of the.
Why? Because you can't see your eyes.
I guess. Yeah.
Right, so now we're up here, and this is a really like I'd have to be bent all the way like this to see if people are coming.
Or do this.
Yeah, or do that. Yeah.
I like this.
Yeah, you could see.
You can see. Yeah, or put the cameras like this. You know, one thing is that they're not letting you use this pillar camera, and I think it's the best, especially on a stop sign, because this one give you that side shot for turning.
But you mean you can't see it here?
These are the one in the
the mirrors. Oh, the fenders. Yeah, right under that.
The pillars, they don't show them.
All right, now we're turning right here to get out on the highway. Nicely done, nice and smooth. State of Charge is powered by Qmerit. After I help you decide which electric vehicle charger you're going to buy, follow the link in the description of my videos and have the installation professionals at Qmerit install it. And by following the link, Qmerit will waive the $200 on-site inspection fee. But in order to have that fee waived, you have to follow the link in the description of my videos. This already so far is so much smoother and more human-like than any of the previous versions that I've driven in, honestly. You know, if I had my eyes closed, I wouldn't know if you were driving or if this was driving. You know, so that's a huge improvement. All right, so we're on the highway now. To be honest with you, I'm not.
It gets boring now.
Yeah, because I have Blue Cruise on my Lightning and Super Cruise on my Equinox. They both do highway, hands-free highway driving perfectly. I can drive 200 miles up to Vermont with no intervention. So I'm not going to be impressed by anything here, to be honest with you. I'll only, if there's a problem, that'll be a problem. So you know, this is the gimme part of the drive.
Yeah. This is, and the highway is nothing, because it's like playing chess. Yeah. There's not that many complex moves happening. It's a speed, lane, and stop and go.
But it will change lanes, right? If it wants to go around a vehicle, if there's a slow-moving vehicle in front of you.
Watch the way you're approaching that. I think that they just move.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, she changed lanes, Baron. So yeah, absolutely. And I can request her to change lanes too. Yeah. By pressing the turn signal.
I notice how you refer to your Cybertruck as her.
Yeah.
Do you have a name? A lot of people name their vehicles. I never
Tesla Cybertruck.
Yeah, but I mean, some people give it a human name, their cars. I've never been one to do that.
Well, Tesla kind of like requires you to name your car. So I have X Pixar truck, and this one is actually M80. This one has an M80. Yeah, because it's easier to see on the app, for example, when I look at the cars.
Yeah, you could see which one is which.
So you can see, look, this one is M80.
Yeah.
Pixar Cybertruck. I got my, look.
Well, you're doing the phone too much. My Model 3, seconds. I named V'ger as paying homage to the Star Trek series. Back when I was a kid, I was a big Star Trek fan, and you probably never even saw the early Star Trek shows on TV in the 70s, but there was this computer that was out in outer space, and it was called V'ger. Well, it was actually Voyager, but some of the letters washed away, so that's what I called you have to name it, like you said, I named mine V'ger.
Well, you talk about the past. I want to talk about how I met you and how we got connected.
Yeah, that's an interesting story.
And I got my first Tesla Model S back in 2012. And before getting the car, I was concerned without knowing how's going to be the charging. Well, charging at home is the best. You just leave at home with a full tank of gas and you have plenty of range. Okay. Mm-hmm. Back then there was none superchargers in the East Coast.
No, any chargers, not just superchargers.
There was only like 2 or 3 in Palo Alto, California.
Yeah.
And so I was searching for charging stations, and the only charging station that came for the state of New Jersey was yours at your restaurant.
I installed the first public electric vehicle charging station in the state of New Jersey.
And then
because I had the Mini E at the time, the electric Mini Cooper.
I said I gotta meet this guy, and I went actually to your pizzeria with my Tesla, but you were not there. And I was, hey, is he here?
I was probably there. I used to tell everyone at the staff, if you don't know the person coming in asking for me, he's not here.
And I was like, I missed him a couple of times, but I see the BMW there, and this and that. Yeah. And you were delivering pizzas with an electric vehicle, so that's what really caught my attention, and I wanted to meet you. Yeah. And
I'm sorry,
that never happened.
Yeah.
Till like 2013 or 14.
Yeah, I think it was 14.
New Jersey,
maybe 13.
New Jersey tried to take away. They did take it away. They ended up taking it away. Their dealer license.
Tesla was fighting the state of New Jersey to have service stations and sales offices in New Jersey, and the dealer lobby in New Jersey actually was winning. They were pumping money into all the politicians saying, don't give them a license. So they were actually going to take away Tesla's right to sell cars in the state. So they asked they had like this public hearing, and I went to testify on behalf of Tesla, and you also went to testify as a Tesla owner. Yeah,
that's when I recognized you.
That's when I remember you.
And I was like, why is a BMW guy here on a Tesla thing? And that's when I realized that you are a true EV enthusiast. Yeah. I mean, from back 1998, you put that charger, right?
2009. 2009, I installed it at my restaurant.
I'm dyslexic.
And it was great because anybody that had an electric car, so few people did back in the day, but anybody that did would come to my restaurant because it was the only place you could charge on the road. And I had like a captured customer for a couple of hours. People they spent money at the restaurant, so it was actually a good business move in addition to providing a service for electric vehicle owners. What I used to do back then was search for restaurants that had electric vehicle chargers and just go and patronize the restaurant. I'd say, look, I'm going to give them my business.
She's making this move, but I didn't request.
Yeah, because there's a motorhome that's going slow, like 58 miles an hour. Yeah. So we're passing it. I think our exit's coming up here. So, but yeah, that was great how we first met back, back then. And you also went and testified, which was really nice of you to do. We had a lot of people lined up, and the state actually ended up giving Tesla 5 licenses, I think. They didn't take away their whole right. I think Tesla has either 4 or 5 licenses to sell vehicles in the state.
They took it away for a couple months.
Yeah, they took it away for a couple months, but then they got back. Yeah. So now they have, it's either 4 or 5. I think it's 5, but
just changing lanes again.
Yeah. And it's interesting that it's changing lanes now because our exit's coming up. Our exit's less than a mile away now. So, and there's also 4 cars here. So I want to see how it handles this because we've got to get over pretty soon, and there's a lot of cars in the slow lane.
Correct.
Because I wouldn't be comfortable now. If it was me driving, you know what I mean? I would be like, yeah. All right, so all right. Well, it found a spot between two vehicles that it was plenty of room for us to get in, but it was, was also, not a big space to move into. So, yeah, it did that fine. Now it's putting on the blinker to get over to the exit only lane, nice and smoothly. Really working good so far. But now let's see what happens in Morristown.
I think that's where Tesla shines.
Yeah.
Compared to other people, like Waymo is doing, I think it's 100,000 rides a week in California with no issues. Mm-hmm. But they're constrained. Let's say they can only do it in Morristown. Yeah. They can only do it there. They can only do it in San Francisco.
Yeah, it's geofenced. It's geofenced. Yeah, but in order to really do this, we can't be using geo. We could use pilot programs like that, but you can't have to have a certain area. Not for really full self-driving. Yeah. So some of the Chinese brands actually have city autopilot or their versions of it really well. I've been over there and I've driven in the vehicles in some of the urban areas because to them, they actually that was like a priority because so much of the driving in China is in these intense cities. So they had to tackle that first almost because it would if you just had highway.
I think she's doing this purposely, so she doesn't block the.
There was a left here, but I mean,
she left so much room,
so that somebody could turn left, but that would have been an illegal. I mean, it's a right-hand turn. That would have been an illegal right-hand turn, but the vehicle didn't block the exit on the right. That's interesting. Okay, so now we're getting into the heart of Morristown, and there's a police officer on the left, one lane road. Okay, so there's construction here, which is good for me to see. We didn't have to make a lane change because our lane was the one lane.
It didn't say emergency lights detected, but usually when it's a police, it says emergency lights detected, and then
the flashes were on.
Pay attention or something like that. Mm-hmm. So now that you've seen FSD, we got to start a countdown. You're going to be my first customer when I'm going to just put a pizza and food on the truck and then send it to you.
That's what you're saying. Right? That's your goal is to do completely autonomous pizza delivery.
Yes.
So I want to be the first customer. And that'll be a good test for it because I live about 20 miles from the restaurant. So, it'll be a good test for the vehicle. When's your prediction on when that will happen? Because I don't think personally that's going to happen anytime soon. So I hope it does. Yeah. But when do you think? Give me a prediction. What year?
Next year is already approved in Texas and California.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be just like the marijuana. The restriction by the restriction. They want to see how it works. So
let's concentrate here because we're coming up to a roundabout.
Yeah, this roundabout.
It just turned left. Yeah. To get into the left lane, and this is a new roundabout, and it actually is it gives a lot of people trouble.
Yep.
So let me see. I want to see if it stays in the same lane, and where's our end point here? Do you know?
The green.
The green.
The
okay.
Park,
so it did that right. It stayed in the right lanes. That's great. Coming up here. Put in a destination before we go home of Morristown Hospital. Because then it's going to turn around the green and head up that way. Because I'd like to see it go down that street.
Actually, let's wait till we turn over there because otherwise they could take us this way. You want to go South Street, right?
Yeah. Let's go. Let's go down South Street and then we'll head back.
As soon as we turn on 1776, we tell her to go to the hospital. Hey, you know what? Here, drive to Homestead Bar and Grill.
Of course, you know where the bars are.
But I don't drink. I just know it because I love this town, and we just did an event there.
Yeah.
I thought with the two Cybertrucks. Yeah. And the truck.
Morristown's a great town for partying and stuff. It's a lot of young people live here. The whole center of town, there's all new apartments and condos. It's all getting built up. There's tons of bars. It's like, the hottest spot in northern New Jersey right now is the center of Morristown.
The story of Morristown, a lot of people don't know. The first president of the United States, this was his home.
Yeah.
This is 1776.
Yeah, George Washington's headquarters is like a half a mile
His
from
house,
here.
his farms.
Yeah, all the places where he traveled was all right around
I
this.
love that. This guy is called Colonial Grill.
Yeah, yeah, it's a
Colombian.
food truck over there.
It's very popular, yeah.
Okay, so we have the left blinker on now.
Oh, you know what? She didn't took my address. She just Morristown, so here.
Oh, okay.
Drive to Homestead Bar, Morristown. There it is.
There we go.
And I have to hit it.
Okay. Can you do that verbally? Can you say like do you have to hit it, or can you say, you know?
Yeah, yes.
You can set it up to do that, yeah.
I think it's because we have a second destination, or you just want to make sure that that's your destination, and you hit it. For example, drive home or drive work.
Yeah.
I don't matter. You don't have to hit out there.
Well, we'll do that after we go to the bar. You'll say you drive to work, because we're going back there.
Yeah. Okay. No hospital?
No.
That has a roundabout too.
Yeah, well, you're going down South Street where I want to see it drive, right? To the Homestead Bar?
Yeah.
Or no?
Well, Homestead is just right here, right around the corner.
I'm not sure where it was. Now, this vehicle, oof, that was close, but it did it fine. There was a double park.
It's slow because she wants to go
get over.
that way. This guy's passing. Another guy behind.
You merged in nicely. That was a tight merge there.
This is where Tesla shines compared to any other vehicle.
Well, I mean, most of the other ADAS systems won't operate here like this. I mean, I can't speak for the Waymos and stuff.
This guy's stopping.
Yeah, he's stopping.
And this is what drives people insane in the back.
Because will it go over the double yellow line to go around this vehicle?
But this guy's don't even know what he's doing.
Yeah. Well, it's a cab.
It will, but
it's
it will.
It's a New York cab. Let's see, taxi and limo. And it's following him. Oh, we're turning right here. We're going behind him. That's where it has us going. So.
It will park too.
Yeah.
At this destination. It will find a parking spot.
But we don't want to do that. Okay, from here, go to the hospital then. And
drive
then
to Morristown Hospital. Oh, jeez, yeah.
Oh,
too late. Disengagement because we didn't put the destination.
Yeah, we didn't put it in fast enough, and it was going in the parking lot of that bar.
Yeah.
So that doesn't count as an intervention. So far, really no intervention, just in your parking lot, and you know that really, I don't know if that was 100% necessary. If anything, it was going to just touch the weeds on the side of the weed. There were weeds. There were flowers, shrubs, not weeds.
Don't call my flowers weed. Well, I take that as an insult.
I corrected myself. But it was nice flowers. So, yeah, I mean, it's, you know, I have to admit, this is really smooth, human-like driving. It's even now slowing down. We're still behind that taxi from New York City. Yeah, he must be picking somebody up from here or something. So I got to give Tesla a lot of credit. I mean, here we're stopping at the stop sign.
And I feel so relaxed
nice
in
and
the
smooth.
Cybertruck.
Yep.
Not like in my X, because my X, you know, is aluminum. It will scratch, it will dent. This one has a little more cushion for the pushing.
Well, you don't want to be pushing. Yeah, that's not good. If we, you know, especially now, like, you know, we're at this point now where if the Cybertrucks and even other Teslas start hitting a bunch of things, a lot of the states are going to be concerned about giving them the license to actually do full self-driving. So, but, you know, so far, there hasn't been, lately at least, the way the system's gotten so much better, there hasn't been any real, that I know of at least, serious issues. Like early on, you know, there was a lot of drivers that weren't paying attention where the vehicle got into accident. Putting weights on the steering wheel.
That's like messing up with
it really is.
The safety features of an elevator. Are you crazy?
Yeah.
Why?
No, I know, but a lot of people did it, Fabio, and you know that gave Tesla some black eyes because the vehicle, you know, wasn't able to handle a lot of situations like it can now, from what I'm seeing at least.
Oh,
you know, I'm sure it's not completely ready yet to do, you know, the unmonitored full self-driving. I mean, there's no real construction. See, that's the thing. even if it does 99.9% of the maneuvers perfectly, we have to worry about that 0.1% where something bizarre happens. You know, there's a dump truck that spills stuff on the street and cones on the left, and like, you know, we can't have the vehicle just pull up and stop and be like, I can't go any further because I don't know what to do with this. Whereas a human might even go up on the curb and ride around it. You know, that last 0.1% or whatever it is, that's where it's so hard to do, but we have to have that done.
But Tom, my kids, you remind me of my kids, they had such a good point. You know, they were born with Tesla. They were 12 years old.
Yeah.
We went to the museum in LA. They were having the Peterson Museum. Museum.
Yeah, Peterson.
And then Tesla was having an exhibition, and they show how this visualization is going to be in the future. You'll be able to read that chart. Yeah. Not only be able to read that chart, if there's a hawk right on top of, or a bird on top of the tree, not only sees the bird, it's tell you what kind of bird it is. Yeah. The visual, the wetness, the AI. This is gonna be like what you see. Yeah. And that is amazing. So what Tesla's pretty much doing is replicating the human eye. Yeah. That's what they're doing. And then you know who was the guy that was on these from the beginning 8 years ago? It's a guy from New Jersey. And then back then, Elon was like, nah. And that guy was like, no, it's vision. Vision is the way to go. Drive to work. That's Morristown Hospital.
Yeah, we made it. Yeah, no, we could head back now.
Oh, if I put it in
too late.
Too late, yeah.
Yeah, we were supposed to turn left there. But this is good. Let it figure out where it's going to make a U-turn. Oh, no, you're not doing this.
She's doing it. Oh, look at that. Yeah.
No, you say you like that. I don't like that. I do. We just made a left from the slow lane.
I would have done it too. There was nobody behind us.
You're right. There was nobody behind us.
That's like,
and I've been asking for human response.
You got
That's what a New Jersey is this program for New Jersey driving? Yeah. Because that's what a New Jersey driver would have done. But let me explain just what happened. You know, we changed the destination too late, really, to turn left onto the highway. The on-ramp was on the left. We were in the slow lane. And it stopped really abruptly and crossed over the left lane and went and took the exit. So it did it. There was no problems. There was no one around us. Some humans would have done that for sure. I probably would have myself, but that, I don't know. I don't know how I want to grade that.
Oh, if I put it in
too late.
Too late, yeah.
Yeah, we were supposed to turn left there. But this is good. Let it figure out where it's going to make a U-turn. Oh, no, you're not doing this.
She's doing it. Oh, look at that. Yeah.
No, you say you like that. I don't like that. I do. We just made a left from the slow lane.
I would have done it too. That's a Jersey thing.
It is.
It's a Jersey thing. You know, Jersey, that's how we drive. You know, when a yellow light comes up, you know what that means.
Yeah, go faster.
Let's go.
It actually... I've been asking for it to act like a human, and it just did, and now I'm criticizing it for that. So I got to look at this tape and decide how I feel about that, because it completed the maneuver without a problem, but I don't know how I feel about crossing two lanes abruptly to get on to an on-ramp.
If there was car behind us, she would not have done it.
It would not have done that, yeah. Okay, that's fair. Wow, I'm so surprised that it did that. I'm so surprised that it would even consider doing that, but it did it without a problem. It's,
take it for a couple of days, so you're going to be amazed.
Yeah.
Take it whenever you want.
Thank you. I asked for it to be human, and it just did a totally human thing. Yeah. You're like, oh my God, there's my exit. Jam on the brakes and turn.
Talking about humans, my friend just got a DWI last week. Unfortunately, he pretty much fell asleep and just went in the boonies. The car got stuck over there.
A non-Tesla vehicle.
Yeah, non-Tesla.
Interesting. There's another Cybertruck with a green one, an olive green wrap. I'm starting to see more of them wrapped, like the two you did, than the stainless steel. They look good wrapped.
Yes. And
I don't
it's
like
so
the
hard-
polished stainless
It's
steel.
so hard to keep it clean when it's stainless steel.
Yeah.
You put a finger and you have to wipe it 10 times.
Yeah.
With the wrap, you put a finger, it's there, but with one,
Yeah.
you get it out with one wipe.
And it depends. If it's a matte finish, you don't even see the fingerprint really.
So what I was saying is that unfortunately my friend got a DWI, and I don't know, but this car, if he had this vehicle, he would not fall asleep because number one, doesn't let you fall asleep.
Yeah, it alerts you.
This thing drives better than a drunk person.
Well, I hope it drives better than a drunk person.
It does. It does. It's one of the
I want it to drive better than a sober person.
One of the things the cops look for to pull drunk drivers is how they're swerving around.
Yeah.
This thing is dead in the center.
Yeah, if you're wandering.
And it's very cautious. It's, it doesn't do anything.
That's a great use for FSD when it's fully functioning, and it is FSD. If you've gone out, you had a few drinks, you could just put it on and let it drive you home. I wouldn't suggest doing that now in its current state, even though I'm sure it can do it, as we're seeing, just fine. You're still responsible today,
Oh, yes.
so you don't want to be driving drunk. But that, and also for elderly people, like I think the beauty of FSD and full self-driving across all brands has so many use cases, particularly even for older people that maybe can't drive anymore. They need to go to the doctors. They don't have to have a van come and pick them up. They can just order a car. It can come pick them up, or use their car, get in it, let it drive them.
You know that I order a fleet of these vehicles, and I wanna offer rides to people that really need it.
Mm-hmm.
Like free rides, a couple of free rides a month. I don't know, people that really need the service.
Yeah.
That's something that I would love to do.
Well, that's nice of you. I think it'd be tough to figure out who really needs it, though, because there'd probably be people taking advantage of that have money and have cars. And well, if he's going to pick me up for free, I'll say, oh yeah, I can't afford it. Please.
No.
me up.
I'm talking about handicapped people.
Oh yeah, okay.
Handicapped, somebody that really needs a ride.
A ride. Wow.
Yeah.
That's cool.
That would be nice.
So now we're back on the highway. We're actually driving behind the olive green Cybertruck now. I bet you everybody assumes we're together because it's two wrapped Cybertrucks back to back. You know what I mean? Driving down the highway.
They're both green.
Yeah. Although this green
the same.
this green looks better than that olive green wrap, in my opinion, at least. But,
Same theme.
Yeah. So, listen, it's been really, to me, this has been enlightening. I'm super impressed with what I'm seeing from it. We didn't really do any extraordinarily challenging maneuvers. Like I said, like construction zones and things where it really, even a human has to really pay attention. But it did handle everything that we threw at it very perfectly as far as I'm concerned. Some of those sharp turns, this is a wide vehicle. We were on some narrow streets where I had to make really sharp turns. In Morristown, I had to go around that double parked trailer, that food truck trailer. Now it's putting on the blinker and we're actually passing the other Cybertruck. Is there like a Cybertruck handshake or something that people are going to do, or wave?
I'm not
Let's
sure.
see. He didn't even give us any mind. All right, so now we've got the blinker on and we are getting ready to make the exit. It's in a quarter of a mile.
People that said, I'm not ready for full self-driving, or no, I like to be in control, you have no idea how good it is to have a professional chauffeur just chauffeuring you around.
That feels that way. It's
smooth.
It's very smooth. Let's see how now. There's a little bit of a construction zone here. Let's see, is there a police officer's vehicle? No, there's no flashing lights. I wanted to see if the alert came on here like you were telling me. But it's just some cones here on the left.
Yeah, there's a police vehicle there. But it's mostly on the highway, I noticed.
Yeah.
I don't remember now.
Yeah, there's flashing lights here. So if it does that, let's see if it does it here. No, it didn't give us any kind of alert. So I think we're turning left here, right?
You know what? We're gonna turn left, and I'm gonna shut off the destination. So we go straight, and then we go a hilly road, like you said. So shut off this if we go straight.
Now it'll just keep going straight, you think? Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, so the camera turned off.
Okay, should I stop somewhere?
Yeah, let me put in a new battery.
Yep.
All right, so we're off the highway now, and instead of putting in a destination, you're going to we're on FSD without a destination and it's driving. But what do you do now?
I'm gonna just put the turn signals and see if she followed my instructions with the
turn signals. Okay, which you can do on the turn signals on the steering.
Yes.
It's not a steering wheel. It's not a steering yoke. What do we call this?
It's called the squircle.
The squircle. That's right. I know that. I just forgot.
Oh, this car is park.
Yeah, this is really weird. This Amazon driver, she parked like in the middle of the road, but we went around it, and it did cross the double yellow line.
To turn.
Okay,
but I don't know. I don't know if she can turn. Just like construction.
Yeah, the construction's on the. Did you have it go left or right?
I'm asking her to go.
To go right.
Right.
Yeah, because on the left the road's closed.
And she didn't take it.
It didn't.
So that's a disengagement, but doesn't count because, well.
It sometimes you told it to go right and it didn't.
And sometimes it takes it, sometimes it doesn't. I don't know why.
Well, that's not good.
Work ahead. Let's see what happens.
Yeah. This is good. We've got some construction coming up here. I see a guy with, it looks like, no, I thought it was a flag person.
Slow sign.
There's a slow sign.
I wish he had the stop sign.
And the thing is interesting, we're not slowing down. We're going the speed limit here. But now it's slowed down where the cones are. Okay, well that wasn't a difficult construction zone. The interesting thing though is that with the slow sign, I would have thought it would have slowed down a little, but it didn't seem like it slowed down. We were going pretty much the speed limit.
I seen a stop if he has the stop sign.
Yeah, okay. We're going a little slower than the speed limit, but I think we're going like 31, 32, and it's at 35.
I'm just gonna give it a little more, so it's 40 actually. It tells you the speed limit.
Now it's 40,
right
yeah. But I think at that point before there, I think it's at 35. All right, so we're going 40, and this is kind of like a winding country road.
No destination.
Beautiful time in New Jersey, by the way. I don't know if you can see from the camera the view, but it's full fall colors now. We've got green, orange, red, all different shades here. And there's another construction coming up here. This is interesting because it's really for the other lane, but the cone is kind of on the yellow line here. Let's see. No, it's just driving right by it, which is fine. The road is closed going that way, but in our direction, it's fine. Interesting. Yeah, and there's another closure here. They don't want any traffic going that way because the road is closed down there, but this way it's fine.
It sees the cones.
Yeah.
Before it was visualizing as a cones. Now it's like an object.
Yeah. Interesting. Because even when I had my Tesla years ago, it was really good at visualizing cones just on, and I didn't have full self-driving. That was just autopilot.
Or garbage cans.
Yeah. The garbage cans and the cones, exactly. But I used the autopilot all the time. But I didn't have FSD. I had always said I wasn't going to buy it until it was ready. And at the time, back in 2019, it was far from ready.
Now garbage cans don't appear unless they're on the driving path.
Yeah, I remember it always used to come up, even if they were.
Yep.
And it would view things that weren't garbage cans as garbage cans. I would notice, like if it could be a big rock, like a decorative rock, and it would say it was a garbage can. So. Nice and smooth. Here's a nice bend in the road. Okay, so now you put the right blinker on. Let's see if it.
I hope you follow my instructions. We'll see. Which is taking.
All right, so that was an abrupt stop. That was the second worst to the one that we had in the very beginning.
I hope you follow my instructions. We'll see. Which is taking.
All right, so that was an abrupt stop. It's interesting to me that of this whole drive so far, its only issue has been some of the stop signs not being very smooth. And that to me would seem like it would almost be one of the easiest things to do because it identifies the stop sign way in advance and it knows how far it is.
Maybe it was because that van was coming so fast. I don't know.
I mean, it should be...
No need for it to brake so hard.
Right, exactly. And like I said, it identifies the stop sign so far in advance, it could just gradually regen to a stop, you know? And interesting here how it slowed up because it's kind of like a blind curve. We went down to 27 miles an hour and it's a 35 mile an hour street. So it's saying, okay, I can't really map this out that good, so I'm going to slow down a little bit. There's a lot of winding turns and some of them are blind turns. Now it's speeding up a little bit because now I can see the whole road. So now it's going 35 in a 35. All right, you put the left blinker on.
Yeah,
it ignored it.
Yeah.
That's interesting how sometimes it doesn't and sometimes it doesn't.
It especially takes it if it's a stop sign.
Yeah.
If a stop sign and you have to go, it usually takes
but
it.
just if it's
But
normal street on the left, it won't do it. Just by you putting the blinker on won't do it.
Yeah.
How is there many turns between now and the restaurant?
This is about it.
Okay.
We're about here. Let's hit destination that way.
hit the destination. I'll click it.
I already
Oh, no,
clicked.
you already did it. Yeah.
Oh, you mentioned that. Let's say I took out the destination.
Yeah.
Drive to work. And you don't have to.
And you don't have to do anything. Yeah. You don't have to touch it. Oh yeah. And it's interesting. We're going under a bridge here, and it's really dark. So yeah, handled that without a problem. I had a little difficulty adjusting because we went from a really bright area to that dark tunnel. It was like under a railroad bridge, and for a second I didn't know. I couldn't see well, but it navigated that perfectly. Puts the left blinker on. Oh no, right blinker on. Let's see how it does this stop sign. This not bad, but it definitely could have been smoother. And this is such a wide vehicle and long vehicle. I'm trying to watch if it's swinging out across the lines when it makes turns, and it very rarely does. Did it not go to work?
Yeah, I go to work, but I wanted not to go to a main parking lot. I'm gonna see if it take us to the other parking lot where I dropped the points.
Yeah. Not the main address.
Yeah.
But is it or not?
And then the more you do it, no, it's going here.
Yeah.
The more you do it, it has something called the smart predictions. So eventually one day, remember I just had it for 2 weeks with the FSD.
Yeah. You've only got. And what version are we on?
We are on
12.5.5. Okay, so there is a 12.5.6 out now. So it's not the absolute latest version, but it's pretty close. I mean, I think the 6 just came out a day or two ago. You didn't get it yet.
correct.
And it made that whole turn, or were you?
No, I took over.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Back to the other Cybertruck. And we are home. Well, listen, Fabio, thank you very much. And I have to tell you, I'm really impressed. As I said, I've done a lot of driving with FSD. Not recently, though. I even made a video on it once, and the vehicle made a lot of mistakes, dangerous mistakes. But we really didn't have that here. The only thing I will critique it on is some of the stops. Even that last one there was a little bit more abrupt than it needed to be. Mm-hmm. You know, some of the stop signs we noticed, but as far as like navigating around traffic, double parked vehicles, making tight turns, knowing how to merge into lanes like on the highway we were talking about, where I would have gotten over already, but it kept going and it made its way in to get off the highway. We had that one instance where I still have to get my brain around what happened, where it stopped shortly, crossed two lanes and went and took the exit. I still don't know if I'm okay with that. I would have done that though. That's why it's hard for me to not be okay with it, because I think I would have been like, oh, there's my exit, and I couldn't think and look in the rearview mirror as fast as the car does, because you couldn't have done that if there was vehicles in the left lane. You know, you wouldn't have wanted to have done that. That's how you have accidents. I remember when I got my driver's license, you know, a long time ago, one of the things the instructor beat into our heads was, do not get into an accident trying to get off an exit. Like, that happens so often, where people realize, oh, there's the exit, you're on the highway, so you're across 2 lanes and you end up cutting somebody off or hitting a car. Now we weren't on the highway yet, we weren't getting off the highway, but we were on a 2-lane road, and really stopped abruptly there. But I'm
okay with it. That's the New Jersey on the truck.
Yeah, it's probably New Jersey software, so it, you know, it didn't flip somebody the bird though. I guess if it had an arm that could pop up and do this, it probably would in New Jersey. We're not known as the most polite people in the country, but we you know, we're not bad, and we take care of our own. But listen, thank you very much. This was great. I'm color me impressed. It did at least as good as I was expecting. I still think that we're a little ways off of this being really ready to just, you send me a pizza. I hope it happens sooner than later. I can't wait for the day where we can have these autonomous vehicles, and Tesla's leading the charge. You know, you can criticize Tesla for certain things. Some people don't like Musk anymore. Some people are huge supporters of his. Put that to the side. You have to appreciate that Tesla is really trying to advance this technology, and they're kind of forcing the other OEMs to really stay on it, because if they don't, and Tesla does get it to the point where there's no intervention and it can be without a human, the other OEMs are going to be in a tight spot. So
or maybe licensing the system.
It's possible. It's possible, but that would be something that would be a real tough pill to swallow for the other OEMs. You know, to admit that, you know, this company comes out of nowhere and they just beat us to doing this.
But that's what been happening. I mean, if we go back 12 years, everybody says we're going to have better electric cars. We're going to have better. We're going to have better. We're going to have better. And then there's one thing that even if they come out with a better electric car, tomorrow. They don't have the Supercharger network. Yeah.
Well, they're getting access to it now. Like, you know, I have 3 electric vehicles, a Ford, a Rivian, and a Chevrolet. All 3 have Supercharger access.
I know, but can you believe that a F-150 guy was charging, and he had the chance to put to the last charge, so he doesn't block 2, and he gets upset. To a Tesla guy, they ask him for a favor. Hey, dude, can you move to the last one? So you're now blocking 2 spots. And then I can plug in right now. And he didn't. That's something that is unacceptable. I think.
I always make my effort.
I hope
to
it
go
doesn't
all the way
happen
to the right.
me.
I actually just put a video out yesterday where I was at a Supercharger, and I talked about that same thing. And it actually was an F-150 Lightning owner, not me, that waited to have the spot all the way to the right. And there were other open spots. But he sat there and waited for that thing. Because when I pulled up, I was going to do that, sit and wait. But then when I saw him there, I'm like, well, now I got to wait till after he's done too.
He can just plug in, and when he sees another car coming, move to, you know.
But that problem is going to go away. We're going to get longer cables on the Superchargers, and there might even be extension cables coming out soon. So anyway, that's a whole nother topic. That's it for the Supercharger. We were on version 12.5.5 in a Tesla Cybertruck. And I think, you know, I'm going to give it, if I'm going to grade it, I'm giving it a B+ here today.
Oh, nice.
And you know,
what's that from 0 to 10?
From 0 to 10, probably 7.5. You know, and
I like 9s. I think it's like a 9.
No, you can't give it a 9 yet. I can't give it a 9 yet because we didn't. You know why I can't give it a 9? We didn't come across really challenging situations. We came across challenging situations, but not really challenging. You know, I would love to see.
You know what? I'm gonna give it a 9, and I don't know if this is gonna mess up the video or whatever. But I saw my 12-year-old driving this thing, no problem. She takes it like a champ, driving it on autopilot.
Okay.
Good. That's a little illegal.
Yeah.
but he did it. He
Okay,
loved
but
it.
he did it in a parking lot. He didn't do it on public roads where you
Let's
could
say
get
that.
you could get a ticket in the mail from. So let's move on from that. But and listen,
Sorry.
don't feel bad that I'm saying 7.5. That is amazing. I don't think anytime I was in a Cybertruck before, a full self-driving Tesla, that I would have given it better than a 5. So this is a huge step forward for me. Huge step forward for me.
Imagine this 10 years from now.
Yeah, no, imagine it even 2 years from now.
Every car has this system. There will be no accidents, man.
Yeah, well, you know, it certainly did a super job, and I'm looking forward to maybe you get a couple of updates down the road. We'll go for another ride. Okay?
Yeah.
Fabio, thank you.
We keep up with the improvements.
Absolutely, and keep making some good pizza here. So, you know, maybe I know we ate before this, but maybe I'll go back inside and get another slice.
Sounds good.
Thanks.
Yeah. All right. You're welcome.
Well, that was fun and impressive. As I mentioned in the video, I've had the opportunity to drive in numerous Tesla vehicles with FSD, and quite honestly, none of them came close to as good as this experience was. It handled pretty much everything that was thrown at it easily. And as I mentioned numerous times in the video, I was looking for sort of like a human-like driving experience, and it really felt like that. Honestly, there were multiple stretches of the drive that if I had my eyes closed, I would have never thought that it was full self-driving driving. It did a really good job. It wasn't perfect. We ran over some of Fabio's flowers in the beginning a little bit. It didn't handle stop signs that well, which was really surprising to me. It seems like that might be one of the easiest things to do. It knows the stop signs there. It can see the line on the road and where the sign is, but it seemed like multiple times we came up too quickly on the stop sign and then jammed on the brakes where we rocked forward. It even felt worse in real life than when I watched it when I was editing the video. I thought it was going to look a lot more dramatic than what it was. Yeah, so I'm a little surprised with that, and that should be something that should be an easy fix or something that Tesla should have ironed out a long time ago. Maybe it's because the Cybertruck is such a different vehicle than the other vehicles they've been doing FSD on. That's going to take a little bit more time to tweak some of those small things. The only other thing that I could fault it on at all, and we drove for like an hour and 45 minutes. I edited out the video because there were long stretches where, quite honestly, it was boring because it was doing everything just fine and nothing eventful happened. The only time that was, you know, interesting or borderline for me to decide whether or not this was something that I'm happy about, and quite honestly, I've thought about it, I'm really not happy about it, was when it crossed 2 lanes to make a left-hand turn and get on a highway ramp. Now, there were no cars coming in the left lane, so it had a clear shot. And I looked back to make sure, and there was nothing for a long distance, but you know, I would think the vehicle would be trained not to cross 2 lanes to make an exit, you know, and that seemed a little odd. It's definitely something that, you know, I think if there was a police officer behind us, it would be something that they would pull you over for and perhaps ticket you for improper turning, because you're not supposed to turn from the right lane and make a left-hand turn across a lane. Again, it was safe. There were no oncoming vehicles, or there were oncoming vehicles, but they were all getting on the on-ramp. And there was a vehicle that we passed in the left lane, but he turned to the left. So as soon as he turned, we stopped and crossed the 2 lanes and followed. So, you know, I suppose it was safe. It just isn't the proper thing to do. The right thing to do would have been to, you know, realize you can't make that left turn in this short period of time, go up, make a U-turn, come back, and then get on the highway the other way. So, but then I say, you know, that's a very human-like thing to do. You know, if I might have slowed down quickly and looked and said, well, there's nobody around here, and done that. But, you know, is that what you want the computer to make that decision on? Or do you want it to follow the rules of the road? And guess you'd want it to follow the rules of the road. But other than that, it was a really exceptional driving experience. I'm very impressed with how far Tesla's come from the last time I drove FSD, you know, and I had maintained, and I've said this numerous times on our podcast and in my videos, that Tesla's years away from really being able to call this full self-driving, where you can get in the vehicle and just say, you know, take me to work, and just pick up a newspaper and read it. But seeing the progress they made now, I think that I can compress that time frame because they really have made big progress. Now, I still don't think we're there yet. Anytime within the next couple of years, honestly, I can't see them ironing out all those small details where you no longer have to pay attention. And to me, that's what full self-driving is. I don't want to have to monitor the vehicle. It's cool to sit there and just let it do all the stuff and monitor it, but I know people are going to get lazy. If it's good 99.5% of the time, you're going to get lazy and you're going to not pay attention in certain times. And it just takes that one critical moment to have a catastrophe happen. And, I want it to get to the point where there's no monitoring necessary, where you just hop in the vehicle, get out your iPad or whatever, or take a nap and wake up when you get to where you're going. We'll get there eventually, and Tesla is leading the charge on this. You got to give Tesla credit for really pushing the envelope and putting this out there. Now, I know there's a lot of people that say this beta system shouldn't be in public hands. That should be tested on, in Tesla employees and so forth. And I agree to a certain extent with that, but it might have taken years to get to where we are now. And it's at a point now where if you really are paying attention, the thing can do almost anything. The system can it seems like it can handle any maneuver. Now, I'm going to give it a tougher test the next time I do this with Fabio. I'm going to wait till there's a couple more updates. The system's a little bit more advanced. I'm going to take it to maybe a little bit more of a challenging area, maybe more of an urban area where there's a lot of other vehicles, close proximity, the streets are even narrower, and we'll see how it does there. But for now, I'm going to stand with my 7.5 rating out of 10, which I think is, I would have been surprised before this if you told me I was going to give it 7.5. I figured I was going to come in around 6.5 and be happy with that. So it exceeded my expectations. And I'm looking forward to Tesla and the other automakers continuing in their progress with these ADAS systems. And hopefully we'll get to the point where we can hop in a vehicle, tell it to where to go, and just take a nap. I mean, that's great for people that can drive normally. That's wonderful. It's a whole nother thing for a whole nother segment of the population, like the elderly that can no longer drive. They need to go to the hospital, or they need to go to their regular doctor's visit, or even the supermarket. They can summon a car, have it come, pick them up, take them there, drive them home. That's going to be really great when we get to that point. Hopefully, we'll get to that point sooner than later, and Fabio will be able to do driverless pizza delivery someday too. But that'll be a fun experience. I think we're going to get there, guys. Especially now seeing the progress that Tesla's making. But I still don't think we're going to get there, within the next couple of years. And then we have to deal with the whole legislation thing and where the vehicles are allowed to do this and what states are going to allow it first. Are they going to geofence certain areas and then expand that area if there's no problems? It's going to be tough to get regulations to approve all this, even with the new administration now that claims that they're going to deregulate a lot of things and cut the red tape. That might help a system like Tesla do this, but I still think you're going to have states and municipalities and localities say, hey, well, I don't want these things on our road until they're really proven 100% safe. Do it over there first. And when they say it's safe, then maybe I'll let you do it in my jurisdiction. But we'll get there. And Tesla full self-driving is getting there, I could tell you. Huge progress since the last time I drove it. Anyway, that's all we have here today. Listen, if it's your first time here at State of Charge, hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell so you don't miss any upcoming electric vehicle news and reviews. And as always, thanks for watching.